What's up, guys? Welcome back to FIU Dynasty. If you missed last episode, I know it's been a little bit longer than you guys probably wanted for the next episode to come out, but we're back. We should hopefully be back on a day, every weekday schedule with these videos. The next one will be the Jets off season. And if you want to watch me do that live, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. My Twitch should be on the screen, probably somewhere like over there. I've also been streaming other games like Fortnite and Roblox, and maybe other games coming up. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and follow my Twitch. But back to YouTube over here. Year 6 of the FIU Dynasty. We start 2030, ranked number 12 in the nation. The team does look different. We lost our starting quarterback. We lost some of our best players, but we've replaced them with even better players like Akeem Olubi and Danny Cornell, Dom Stevens, Howie Gibbs. This team looks really good this season. So I'll just quickly go over the roster in case you missed last episode. Quarterback. Our starting quarterback this year is going to be Danny Cornell. He went from like a 78 to a 91 overall. Wait, was it 70? Yeah, 78 to a 91 overall in one off season. He's 100% going to be our starting quarterback this year. Kiki Aibara, I recruited in transfer portal, expecting him to be the starter, but I didn't know Danny Cornell was going to go up 13 overall points, so he will be the starter this year. We also had a freshman quarterback in Taj Claiborne, who can hopefully be the quarterback long term. And then the running back group is really good. We have 3 running backs above 90, 92 and above. And then we have Wilbur in 85. So the running back group looks really good. Fullback Keon Studs. The receiver group looks really good as well. We added a bunch of freshmen. We added a 5-star freshman, Jalen Coleman. So the team's looking really good right now. Tight end is probably our weakest spot on offense, only an 80 overall, but we added Rashard Swope, freshman tight end. Offensive line is looking pretty good. Kane Sakakia, I don't know if that's your name, left tackle. 94 overall. There you go. Yeah, the team's looking really good here. Defensive line's looking very good. Linebackers have a bright future. Corners are looking pretty good. Safeties, however, are still not the best, but they're still getting better every year. Slowly. But yeah, that's just a quick little overview of the roster. I'll make the starting lineup. But let's go ahead and first look at our schedule. What's our schedule looking like for year number 6? We start with no game in week 0. We have Western Michigan, then we have FCS West, and then we have a game that we play every single year, Florida Atlantic at home or on the road. Then we have Clemson, Stanford, North Carolina, at UTSA, a bye week. And then we have Pittsburgh, SMU, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, another bye week, and then California. So the schedule, we aren't facing Miami, who I believe won the national title last year, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we're ranked number 12 in the nation. Last year was a disappointment. We ended up not making the conference title, not making the college football playoff, losing in our bowl game, and I ended up breaking my headset. So that's why you see a new headset, and that's maybe why I didn't upload a video for the first few days, because I didn't know how to change my mic volume for some reason, but I figured it out. So that's probably why I didn't really upload that much videos recently. But let's go ahead and set up the schedule. We are, now that we're at the spot that we're in, we're going to be getting a ton of 4 stars wanting to come here. A bunch of 5 stars want to come here now. Look at all these 5 stars. So yeah, I'll go ahead and add these guys to the board. I'll fill up the board and I'll update you guys on the board. Okay, so I added a bunch of guys, added a lot of 5 stars. Obviously, all the 5 stars that are interested in us, I added. And then the rest are 4 stars. We're getting to this point where almost all of our board is going to be 4 and 5 stars, because we've built FIU into a really good team in the ACC and a really good team in college football. So we can just start going after these guys. But I think we're just gonna go ahead and offer these guys scholarships and scout them. I think we're gonna go do DB for this one. Just because I feel like our DBs don't really develop that fast. So we're going to go ahead and put all of the rest of our points into secondary. Increase all XP gains for corners and safeties. So we're going to go ahead and spend it all in that. We can also maybe upgrade tactician soon. But I want to wait and see if we can get talent developer, which will definitely help. But we just need to wait until the next off season. So maybe I wait and then just save up all our points, get master or talent developer for the off season. But yeah, now I think I will scout these guys and I will update you guys on some of the top players that I find. All right, so we went ahead and we used all of our hours on scouting and offering scholarships. We did find 2 gems, but I believe Marquise Carden could also be a gem. I didn't fully scout him because, I assumed he would be a gem. He's got 94 speed. I don't know. But we'll look at the 2 guys that are gems. Kyle Shelley, north-south receiver archetype running back. We could definitely use a running back because I guarantee you we're going to lose our top. We're going to lose Lobato. We're going to lose Bibbs. We're going to lose Olubi to the draft, and then the other 2 guys are seniors. So I want to add another potential running back to the board, and Kyle Shelley is a gem, 4-star north-south receiver. He's got 86 speed, 82 break tackles, 77 catching, 79 carrying. He's got gold safety valve. He doesn't look too bad. And then John Redwine, a field archetype corner with 89 speed, 91 excel, 88 agility, 78 man, 77 zone. He's a gem. And then Jaquez Carden, somebody I already told you about, he's got 94 speed. So I'm just assuming he's a gem. I didn't fully scout him. And then we scouted all the 5 stars. Look at Braden Corner. Obviously, he's a pass protector archetype, so his pass protecting stats are going to look good. He's got bronze, pocket shield, and PH, and play action shield. Iosefa Ficken, 5-star free safety, number 6 in the nation, has 89 speed. Doesn't look anything spectacular. 81 tackle is very good. Taj Rasmussen, 86 strength, 71 speed, 78 power moves. He has bronze workhorse. Ralph Kaiser, 91 speed, 92 excel, 78 man, 76 zone, 75 tackling, 73 catching. Keenan Mama, 5-star athlete. He's got gold 50-50, gold balance, gold downhill, 89 speed, 93 excel, 85 release, 90 spec catch, 6'4". Jalen Long, another running back, another north-south receiver, 87 speed, 81 break tackle, 77 catch. He's got gold safety valve and bronze arm bar. So that's insane. So those are like the top guys I really want. And then we just sort of have other guys that, if we have extra hours in, they'll throw. We have George Bush, not George W. Bush, but just George Bush. And then we have another guy on our board called Nathan President. So if we can get the President and George Bush, that'd be pretty insane. Manny Garrison, agile right guard, looks pretty solid. Kevin Manziel, 81 speed. He's got bronze blow up, 78 zone. Conrad Dalton, 76 speed is pretty good at 6'4", 307 pounds, 88 strength, 86 finesse moves. Jadarius Hendricks, 80 speed, 86 finesse moves, 78 strength, edge rusher, and then Dom himself a safety. He's got gold robber, 90 speed, 83 zone, and he looks pretty good. So those are the top guys on the board. I don't know if I'll go after all of them, but I'm guaranteed going to go after the 5 stars and the 3 gem guys. So that's really all we got. Really talk about the board really early in the season. Probably just going to throw 50 on those guys. But yeah, I think that's all we have to do in this preseason. So let's go to next week. Okay, since we have no game in week 0, I'm not going to set the lineup just yet. We're going to do recruiting here. So we're just going to throw points on the guys we want. And then I'll update you guys on the board. Okay, so we did some scouting, or we added some more points. We found a few more gems. But we're throwing 50 on Kyle Shelley, John Redwine, Iosefa Ficken, Connor Dalton. Glenn Royer was one of these other gem guys we found. He's a gem outside linebacker. 85 speed, 86 excel, 82 tackling, pursuit, 75 zone. He looks pretty good. We have a good pipeline in it, so hopefully by throwing 50 on it, we can get in position. Tyler Hacker, another 4-star gem we found. Right tackle. He looks really good at everything. And Nebraska's the only offer, so I figured let's try toss 40 on him. But we're tossing 35 on Jalen Long, 35 on Dom himself, 25 on Carden. It was not a gem. But 94 speed is pretty good, so we're tossing 25 on him. 25 on Taj Rasmussen, 25 on Ralph Kaiser, 25 on Braden Corner, 25 of Manny Garrison, 15 on Keenan Mama, and Jadarius Hendricks. So those are the only guys we're going after. We're going after a total of 15 different guys. Maybe we fall out the race for some of these guys and we put more into, like, maybe we just throw 50 into Tyler Hacker, or we put more into Jalen Long. But for now, this is what the board is looking like. 15 guys, a lot of guys we're going after, but hopefully we should be getting some of those guys. But I think it's just going to be another week of just scouting and recruiting. So just go to next week here. All right, we get an update on the recruiting board. We are first for Kyle Shelby and John Redwine and Iosafa Ficken. But we're second for Connor Dalton, first for Glenn Royer, second for Hacker, third for Self, Carden, corner, second for Garrison, third for Keenan Mama, third for George Bush, Manza. We got locked out of some guys here. We got locked out of a ton of guys here. So that's what happens. And we'll face Western Michigan at home for our first game of the season, number 12 in the preseason ranks. So this is going to be the week that I set our scouts, do redshirting, and then I'll update. First, we're going to do redshirting, and then I'll update you guys on who we redshirt. Okay, so I redshirted some guys. There's still some guys that obviously I could redshirt, depending if they don't play really these first few games. But we are redshirting Taj Claiborne. There's no way he plays this season, so I figured why not? Let's just redshirt him right now. We are redshirting Mafu Choi. Don't think he's going to play this season. He's got a bunch of running backs ahead of him on the depth chart, and I would want the extra year of eligibility. Wide receivers, I didn't redshirt any of these guys, but I think Jalen Coleman's definitely going to be probably our wide receiver 3, just because he's a 5-star, and I want to get him on the field as soon as possible. Boozer and Lionheart, they're probably guys who get redshirted later in the year. Tight end, we did not redshirt Rashard Swoop. He'll probably play. The purge happened, Andy. I think that'd be crazy if it happened right now while I was making a video. And then somebody breaks through the window and then just kills me on stream. That'd be insane. And then we're redshirted Cortland Ezeki. David York wasn't redshirted. He'll probably be redshirted. We redshirted Marquez Carney. On the defensive or on the edge rushers, we redshirted Christian Carruthers. Defensive line, we didn't redshirt any of these guys. They could be redshirted obviously pretty soon. We redshirted Lee Boggs. Don't really see him getting much playtime this year. We redshirted Tyrone Streets and DJ Lamar. We also redshirted Kevin Branham. We're gonna have Trevor Elling, another 5-star recruit, probably play a lot this year. We're redshirting Kofi Yabara, and those are all the redshirts. Obviously, we could redshirt some guys, but for right now, those are the guys that we're most likely never going to play anyways. But yeah, I think I will. You know what? I'll set the depth chart after we do recruiting. So, we're going to go ahead here into recruiting and update our board a little bit. Okay, and for this portion, my audio on my mic for some reason got turned off. It should be coming back a little bit later, but basically just going over Andy Jackson, the new guy we added, some of the hours we're putting on some guys like 4-star gem right tackle Hacker and 4-star will linebacker Royer, but we're just going over the recruiting board a little bit here. Voiceover should be like a minute maybe. And then we go to the starting roster for this season, starting with obviously Daniel Cornell is going to be the starting quarterback. Like I said last episode, we have a 3-headed monster at running back. Olubi, Kevin Bibbs, Derek Lobato. Wide receiver 1, Barry Gillikin, Cole Novak, the transfer, Austin Chamberlain. Then we have the 5-star freshman, Jalen Coleman, as our top receivers. And then we have some guys we recruited last year down the board. We have Juan Stokes as our tight end. Tight end is not really the strong spot of this team. It's probably the weakest spot besides maybe safety, just overall-wise on the team. The offensive line's looking pretty good. We have true freshman Rayshon Aller starting at center. Rico Emanuel getting his first start as a redshirt junior. Eric Mayo at right tackle. Moved to defense. The transfer Taylor Estrella.
Markel Swain, junior redshirt. D tackles to the guys who got the transfer portal, Marco Rubio and Dom Stevens, and some familiar names like Jimmy Johnson. We move to linebacker. We have the 5-star, number 1 overall recruit, Lipton. Corners are Howie Gibbs, Tremaine Gillikin, Manny Costanzo, and the 5-star Trevor Elling. Safeties are kind of weak, but I'm hoping they can progress throughout the season. Those are the special teams, kick and punt return. We move on to like the specialists, like third down back and rush defensive tackles and stuff like that. So just a quick look at that stuff. But yeah, the mic does come back on later in the video. I just wanted to voice over this rather than just leaving it silent. So at least you guys can like listen to something besides just me scrolling through the character or the guys. There's our slot corner, Mike Costanzo. Elling will be the backup. Then our gadget, Dennis Bowe. But that is the starting lineup heading into week 1, going against the Western Michigan Broncos at home. We are ranked number 12 in the nation. They are currently unranked, obviously. We are heavy favorites. So let's go ahead and jump into this Western Michigan-Florida international game. Starting with the first moment is on defense. We blitz. They get it out quick enough for the first down. Moves the chains on third down. Another moment here on third down. Stadium Pulse is maxed out. They are just going to RPO to the tight end there. Get a few yards. And then, okay, the audio should be coming back after this play. But we are on offense. We hand it off to Olubi, who gets a nice gain to the first down. And here is Live Logan.
And with a new starting quarterback, we're maybe not going to have the quarterback run element as big as a part in this game, but we have Kevin Bibbs on the outside, and Kevin Bibbs is open for the score. And our first touchdown of 2030 is a Kevin Bibbs receiving touchdown. Not the way you think Kevin Bibbs will get in the end zone, more of a goal line power back, but gets 6 through the air and gives us the lead. Danny Cornell, great read. Wide open Kevin Bibbs, touchdown, FIU. What a way to start the season. All right, back on defense. So far, our defense has been struggling, but we're looking to stop them here. An interception would be nice. They're going to pass it. Quarterback's got all the time in the world over the middle. Pick up 3 yards. All right, they went hurry up here. For the second down and 7. Rush to the left side, jukes out our defender. Up 3 yards. And a 3rd and 4. Empty backfield. Quarterback's got time. Runs out. He's going to scramble up the middle. Get him. Jesus Christ. All right, 2nd and goal. Hand off. Oh, I missed it. God, I'm so bad at this game. And somehow we don't tackle him there. Okay. Jesus. It's Western Michigan, guys. They shouldn't be driving down the field like this. All right, 3rd down and inches. Can we convert? They're moving guys up in the box, but we don't care. We're going to run it anyways. Akeem Olubi, first down. All right, 3rd down and 7 for the offense, and Cornell sacked. Jesus Christ. All right, we get another moment. 3rd down and 6. At our own 40-yard line. We're looking underneath. We have Barry Gillikin. Gets around Western Michigan defender. Jukes out Western Michigan defenders. And he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Took a little underneath route. Took the great angle. And then juked out the remaining Western Michigan defense to get in the end zone for 6. It's Barry Gillikin in his 2nd season as an FIU Panther. Just takes a little underneath route, outruns the other Western Michigan guys, and then whoop, jukes out the other 2. Touchdown, FIU. All right, back on offense, a 3rd and 2. Scores 20-10 now. Olubi still in the game. We're going to hand it off. Olubi jukes out a few defenders, breaks a tackle. Olubi down to the 8-yard line. All right, 2nd and goal. We're going to motion Bibbs. Danny Cornell, quick pass over the middle, and it's Gillikin again for another score. And finally, we are starting to put it to Western Michigan. That's Gillikin's second touchdown of the day. There we go, baby. We're now up by 17, midway through the third quarter. All right, Western Michigan gets a field goal, so it's back down to 14. We have the ball, 3rd down and 9. You're looking. Cornell's going to try to run it himself. Danny Cornell tries to get it, but they're going to mark him inches short here. Let me go for this, please. All right, 4th down and inches at the 22. We're obviously going for it, and it's a QB sneak. They weren't even ready for it. Nobody lined up over the center. Easy first down. 2nd down and 11 now. Cornell fires to the end zone. It's picked off. He doesn't even attempt to try to go for the ball. I'm just assuming he would also run right past him, but he doesn't, dude. So you can't just throw up one-on-one balls because the receiver just doesn't know how to go just to jump up and at least attempt. And it's picked off. That's fucking sick, dude. Awesome. Way to go, guys. All right, but they have a 4th and 22 to convert. Now, how are we not blowing this team out of the water right now? Quarterback's got all the time in the world, just dumps it off for no rundowns. All right, Kevin Bibbs still in the game. Handoff up the middle. Kevin Bibbs picks up 7 yards. 2nd down 3. RPO to Austin Chamberlain, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. That's Danny Cornell's 3rd passing touchdown of the day. Corner took the right side. Chamberlain had the wide open left side of the block. He gets in the end zone for the score to extend our lead. All right, they have to face another 4th and long. This one's a little shorter, 4th and 17. Can we hold them here? Quarterback, he's got time, launching it one-on-one down the field, and it's intercepted. Howie Gibbs picks off the pass, probably just wanted to bat that one down because we would have gotten it way down there. Instead, we have it at our own 24. But still makes the nice interception. The transfer picks off the quarterback. Howie Gibbs. First interception, I want to say, as an FIU. Yep, first interception as FIU Panther. We'll seal it. All right, and the interception did seal the game. We win 34-13. I feel like we should have... I know it's a big win, but this game shouldn't have been close at all. But we do pull off the win. Daniel Cornell throws actually 4 touchdown passes in today's game. So a great debut for the junior quarterback in his first career start as a Panther is a big one. And we started the season 1-0 against Western Michigan. We look at his stats, 16 of 26, 235 yards, 4 touchdowns. Did throw that 1 interception. Rushing, Kevin Bibbs actually carried majority of it, 17 attempts, 70 yards. Akeem Olubi was probably tired, subbed him out, 14 carries, 63 yards. Danny Cornell ran it 9 times, 443. Lovato had 2 carries. Receiving, Alexander Daly, 4 catches, 44 yards, but it was Barry Gillikin with 4 catches for 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. Novak had 41 yards receiving. Chamberlain and Bibbs on their only catches had touchdowns. Blocking, 3 sacks allowed, Rayshon Allers, Garrison Hill, and Eric Mayo. Defensively, 7 tackles from Abdul Dunn led the team. 4 TFLs for Marco Rubio, 2 for Swain, 2 for Duck, 1 for Dom Stevens. 3 sacks for Marco Rubio. Huge debut. 4 tackles, 4 TFLs, 3 sacks. Swain had 2 sacks. Dom Stevens also in his first game as an FIU Panther got a sack. Interception for Howie Gibbs, which sealed the game. Pass deflections for Abdul Dunn. No forward fumbles. Kicking, Alex Span went 2 for 3 today. Punting, we didn't punt it once, so there we go. And then we had a few kick returns and punt returns. But that is week 1. Nice way to start the season. 34-13 victory over Western Michigan. All right, and coming out of that game, we do have an injury. It is to starting tight end Juan Stokes. So unfortunately, that means Rashard Swoop's gonna have to play. He's probably gonna be tied at number 2 behind Daly, but it's unfortunate. Injury to a starter, but hopefully Swoop can step up in his place. Our updates to recruiting: we are first for Glenn Royer, who's also into his top 5. Manny Garrison's into his top 5. Andy Jackson, we're second in for him. First for Rasmussen. Third for Ralph Kaiser. Locked out of Eric Briscoe. First for John Webb. And then we move up to number 11 in the rankings. So there we go. And also our championship contender is back up to an A+. So there we go. Some nice updates. And then we have an FCS team, FCS West. This should hopefully be a very easy, simple win. Shouldn't have to struggle at all. But you never know with this game. All right, updates to the recruiting board. I accidentally messed up when trying to schedule a visit with Glenn Royer. I clicked the wrong thing, so I had to remove him from the board, and then I had to re-add him. So hopefully that doesn't mess up the whole recruiting thing with him. But we also scheduled a visit with those guys. Royer will be coming in week 5 against Stanford, and then Manny Garrison will be coming week 6 against North Carolina. So those are the visits scheduled. I would say those are the only things that are different. And then we also threw 50 on Jalen Long because nobody's going after him. Figured why not? Let's throw 50 on him. If we can get a 5-star pretty easily, I'll take it. So we're going to throw 50 on him. So those are the only updates to the recruiting board. But now we have FCS West, who is a 52 overall. This should hopefully be an easy dub. All right, week 2 of the regular season. We have FCS West. Hopefully we can start with an easy win. Come on, this game shouldn't be close at any point in the game. All right, we get our first moment on defense here. On a 3rd and 7. Quarterback's gonna snap the ball, gets hit as he throws, pick it up. Oh my god, dude. All right, 1st and 10. Gonna snap the ball, quick pass over to Alexander Daly, who's the new starting tight end with Stokes injured, picks up the 1st down. Okay, 1st and 10, start with a run to Olubi. Olubi picks up 9 there. 1st and 10. We got Novak underneath for 7. All right, 2nd down 3. Going to hand off Kevin Bibbs. Look at Kevin Bibbs with that space. Look at that block in open field. Kevin Bibbs down the sideline. There's no FCS West defender within a mile radius. Kevin Bibbs with the big rushing touchdown. Great blocking by Eric Mayo down the field, which essentially just got Bibbs that open. So look at him just lay out that poor FCS West defensive back, and Bibbs takes it all the way to the house on the RPO play. Way to go, Kevin Bibbs. Another offensive moment. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Bibbs is in the game, and we're gonna give it to Kevin Bibbs. Can he get rush touchdown number 2? Yes, he will. Touchdown FIU. That's number 2 for the senior running back. Gets us the first 2 scores of the game. This one not as long as the last one, but still a nice touchdown run to extend our lead to 14. All right, 3rd down and 4. They are pressing on the outside. Play action. We're actually not going to fire to the outside. We're going to fire over the middle to Austin Chamberlain. Play action shot play is a nice play call. Touchdown, Austin Chamberlain. Gets us in the end zone for our first passing touchdown of the day and our 3rd touchdown in this first half. All right, another offensive moment. This one's from the 18-yard line. From the 18, Cornell to the end zone. Daly is open. Touchdown FIU once again. It's the starting tight end, Alexander Daly, in place of the injured Stokes. Gets in the end zone for the nice throw, where only his receiver can make the play. Touchdown FIU. Look at that beautiful throw. Great play. All right, and it's 1st and 10 again from the 13. The screen to Olubi. Can we get good blocks? Olubi picks up 8 on the screen. 2nd down and 10. Hands off to Olubi, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown FIU. Yeah, like I said, this game should never be close at any point of the game, except for the kickoff. But Akeem Olubi gets in the end zone for his first touchdown as an FIU Panther. We got the ball back, 1st and 10 from the 16. Cornell looking, Cornell to the end zone, and it's Barry Gillikin with the easy touchdown. Yeah, this game, it's going to be a blowout. We might actually score 100 points on the pace we are scoring right now. Touchdown, Barry Gillikin sends our lead to 42. All right, we have a 2-minute drill here. 1st and 10. He's fine. Swoop is wide open. Richard Swoop down the right sideline. Swoop cannot make the last man miss, but what a big play on the 2-minute drill. And our starting center, Rayshawn Allers, is hurt. The true freshman center injured on the play. 1st and 10. Another screen. Austin Chamberlain. Cole Novak. Good block. Good cut by Austin Chamberlain, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown FIU. Yeah, this game's a blowout. We are going to score 49 points in the first half. I think the entire second half is just going to be the backups here. All right, we have the backups in. So Kiki Ibarra is in the game now. So is 5-star Jalen Coleman. 2nd down and 3. Ibarra's going to scramble up the middle, and he's just going to slide for the 1st down. All right, 3rd down and 4. Ibarra's going to keep it. Ibarra's got a lot of space. Kiki Ibarra is just going to go ahead and here deck out of bounds at the 7-yard line. All right, 1st and goal from the 7. Play action. Ibarra rolls left. Ibarra has swoop. Somehow don't get it on that play. Can we get in the end zone? Ibarra in the end zone. Coleman. And they're going to say he's in. Touchdown, Jalen Coleman. It's the 5-star freshman. Gets his first career touchdown and gives us the 50-point mark. Assuming they're going to say he was in when he caught it. Touchdown FIU. All right, facing a 3rd down and 4 now. 3rd down and 4. Outside Bo. That did not really work. Gain of 1. Yeah, now we're up 65-0. Last plays of this 3rd quarter. Gain of 1. Now it's 2nd down and 8. Ibarra's going to scramble. Ibarra breaks the tackle. Ibarra picks up 7. Down at 3. All right, 3rd down and 1 from the 3. We're going to motion Dennis Bowie. We're going to hand it off to Bowie. Bo picks up the 1st down. All right, 1st and goal from the 2. Hands off Wilbur. And D'Angelo Wilbur gets in the... I'm sorry for these FCS West fans that traveled. Well, I mean, this is based off Trenton State, so maybe it's not far from where FIU plays. All right, another moment. We're up 72-0 now. Start the handoff. Fitu Sewell loses 2 yards. All right, 2nd and 12. Screen to Derek Labato's got space. Labato will pick up 7 yards. 3rd down and 5. Hand off. Labato picks up enough for the 1st. All right, 3rd and goal from the 1. Fitu Sewell doesn't keep it, and we try to keep it, and we lose 3 yards. And that will do it. We don't score 100, but we got pretty close. 75-0. We scored 35 points in that 2nd quarter. Danny Cornell stats 204 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and he only played the first half. So if he played this entire game, he would have close to probably 500 yards and 8 touchdowns, but didn't want to risk losing some other starters. So we'll take the 75-0 victory over FCS West. Looking at the stats, Danny Cornell 11 for 20, 204 yards, 4 touchdowns. The backup Kiki went 7 for 9 for 31 yards and also had a touchdown. Rushing, our leading rusher was Fitu Sewell, who had 10 carries, 61 yards. Akeem Olubi, 9 carries, 69 yards and a touchdown. But it was Kevin Bibbs, 5 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ibarra had 5 attempts for 33. Wilbur also had a touchdown. Lobato had 39 yards rushing. Receiving, our leading receiver in terms of catches was Daly with 3 for 39 and a touchdown. Novak had 2 for 20. Swoop had 2 catches for 60 yards, so what a debut for the freshman. Austin Chamberlain, 2 catches, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Jalen Coleman and Barry Gillikin both caught touchdowns as well. Allowed no sacks defensively. 4 tackles led our team. Mike Costanzo, Rubio, and Tuttle all had 4. 2 TFLs, Rubio, 1 for Queen, Handy, and Estrella. Sacks, 1 for Queen, Handy, Estrella, and Rubio. Interceptions, 3. Mike Costanzo, Howie Gibbs, and Tremaine Gillikin had 1. 2 pass deflections for Abdul Dunn and Tuttle, 1 for Centeno and Rubio. No forced fumbles. Alex Spann today went 2 for 2. Punting, Kevin Averill averaged not very many yards per punt. We didn't return a single kick, but we did return a lot of punts. Deion Briscoe had an 82-yard punt return for a touchdown. All right, there we go. So everybody played very well. Obviously, we knew this game wasn't going to be close from the jump, but there we go. That gives us a 2-0 record and maybe, hopefully, a jump up in the rankings if somebody loses ahead of us. All right, updates on the recruiting. Kyle Shelby is in his top 5. We are number 1. Carden is in his top 5. Mama in his top 5. Bush in his top 5. We're all 3 for those guys. We get locked out of some more guys. First for Jalen Long, Jadarius Hendricks. And then we do move up from number 11 to number 9 in the nation. So that's nice to see. We're back in the top 10. And then for the final game of the episode, we'll have Florida Atlantic on the road. They are 0-2. We are 2-0. All right, updates to the recruiting board. We have, let's just start with the visits scheduled here. We have Kyle Shelley coming in week 6 with Manny Garrison. And then we have Carden coming week 5. And then we also have George Bush coming in week 5. So week 5 is going to be a big week against Stanford, but that will be for next episode. But then we have this last game against Florida Atlantic. They are 0-2. We are 2-0. We're on the road. We're number 9. We're at 96 overall. They're a 60 overall. This should hopefully be another pretty somewhat easy win. All right. Back in this big rivalry matchup against the Owls of Florida Atlantic. We've won the last, I want to say 3. We've won the last 3 of this matchup. We're looking to make it 4 straight against Florida Atlantic. We are back in the top 10. We're 2-0. They are 0-2. So let's make it 4 straight in the Don Shula Bowl. All right, we start at a 3rd and 7. They have a star quarterback. Might have to watch out for that. Let's fire over the middle. Oh my God. All right, another 3rd down moment. 3rd and 8 from the 30. Hands off left side. There we go. Rally the ball. Pickup of 2. All right, it's 3rd down and 10. Can we pick up? Easy first down. Fire over the middle. Lofted to Chamberlain. Drops the ball. All right, another offensive moment. 3rd down and 6 from the 19. Can we convert this? Fire to Alexander Daly, who makes the catch and gets the first down. Right, 2nd down. Oops, I didn't mean to lob that. I panicked and I just lobbed it. Jesus. All right, 3rd down and 7. Can we get this slant to work? 3rd and 7. Novak. How is that not a completed pass, dude? Come on. All right, we get the field goal. It is 3rd down and 6 now for FAU. They're going to snap it outside. Wide open receiver. Breaks the tackle. A beard. All right, and it's 3rd down and 13. on the same drive. Can we stop him? Let's get an interception. 3rd and long. Quarterback's got all the time in the world. Finally, we bring him down. It's Markel Swain who brings down the FAU quarterback, and that will be a punt. All right, 3rd down and 5 here. Play action, launching it deep. He's open. Novak gets him. And it's picked off. All right, cool. Way to go. All right, 3rd down and 5 here. Danny Cornell is cold, but we're going to get to Austin Chamberlain, who gets the first. Almost juked out both those defenders, but gets the first. All right, 1st and 10. Hand off to Olubi for 3. And it's 2nd down and 7. Outside, Novak. 1st down. 2nd and goal. Cornell's going to scramble. Cornell has space. Cornell in the end zone. Good block for Chamberlain. And Danny Cornell just decides to take it in himself for the first touchdown of the game. And we just hit the 2-minute warning. So our offense, we need to play better. I need to play better. Defense has been good so far. The second half needs to be very different. All right, we get it one more time for the half. 1st and 10. From the 44, Cornell rolls, and it's tipped, and Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I was rolling out, tried to throw in the run. Oh my god, dude, I'm selling this game right now. Yep, your stupid fucking turnover chain. Alright, 3rd and 10. Can we stop him? 3rd and 10. Quarterback's got time on the outside. It's deflected. Alright, we simulate deep in the 3rd quarter where we're up 12-3 now. Very interesting score. We're going to motion Bibbs. We're looking. Cornell just going to take it himself. Danny Cornell, he's got some speed. He's not really known for his speed, but he uses it there to get us inside the 20. We're going to snap the ball before halftime. Cornell, run. Cornell's got space. Danny Cornell, just get down. 1st down, moves the chains. Gets us within FAU's 5-yard line. From the 5, Cornell is looking. Cornell is going to scramble, and Cornell takes it in himself again for his 2nd rushing touchdown on the day. And that's going to, if we go for 2, that'll extend our lead to 17. But if we go for it, don't get it, it will be a 15-point game. Game isn't over. There's still a lot of football left. All right, we don't get the 2-point conversion, but we're here on a 4th and 13 for FAU. Quarterback's got time, launching it, middle of the field. Pass is incomplete. Turnover on downs. All right, here, 3rd down and 4. And 4. Outside, cool. Our receiver blocked the guy who is nowhere near the ball rather than the guys in front. Awesome. All right, 1st and 10. Running speed option again. Oh, nope. Why did I try to pitch that? I'm so fucking stupid. Why did I try to pitch that, dude? Oh my god. All right, that's like our 5th turnover of the day. I just gotta play better. I just gotta take the gain. Quarterback's going to launch it deep, one-on-one with Howie Gibbs, and it's intercepted. Yeah, you cannot throw it to this guy one-on-one. We have a chance for a big return. How fast is this fucking tight end? Pushed out of bounds, and Daniel Washington's injured. All right, 4th and 10. Outside, Gillikin holds on for the 1st. And that will do it. That was a really bad game. I turned the ball over a lot. I tried doing way too much, but we'll take the win. We take the win. Danny Cornell, player of the game, should not have been player of the game. Turned over like 4 different times, but whatever. But he did have 2 rushing touchdowns, so I guess. But we look at our stats. Cornell, yeah, threw 2 picks. Fumbled it. Had 100. Yeah, passing, we weren't very good passing the ball. Running, Olubi, 21 carries, 94 yards. Bibbs, 12 carries, 64. Cornell, 11 carries, 48 yards. 2 touchdowns. He had 3 turnovers. Receiving-wise, Gillikin, 4 catches, 49 yards, led the team. Blocking wise, no sacks allowed. Defensively, 7 tackles for Tuttle led the team, 3 for Swain and Rubio. Stevens and Estrella had 2. Lyle Beard had 1. Sacks for Dom Stevens, Marco Rubio, Taylor Estrella, Markel Swain. Interception for Howie Gibbs. Pass deflections, 3 for Tuttle, 1 for Duck and Costanzo. No forced fumbles. Kicking, Alex Spann went 1 for 1 today. Averill had 1 inside the 20. Kick return, had a few kick returns and a few punt returns from the bottom, but that's it. Our defense played great, but we cannot turn the ball over that many times against FIU. That's how teams stay in the game, but that will do it for the games for the episode. All right, recruiting updates. Manny Garrison is into his top 3. However, I think Miami is going to get him, unfortunately. But some other guys go into their top 5. Red Wine, we are first for Ficken and Conrad Dalton. We are second for Tyler Hacker, Dom Self, Brian Corner, Kevin Manziel. We get locked out of Nathan President. But we do move up to 7th in the nation, so we've gone up every week. So it looks like teams ahead of us are starting to lose, but we will start next episode with Clemson. The next 3 games are going to be big. We got Clemson, we got Stanford with a bunch of visits, and we have North Carolina with a few visits. So next episode will be a big one, but that will do it for today's episode. We start 3-0. We didn't play like the greatest teams in the world. We played Western Michigan, Florida Atlantic, and FCS. So now we get to the tough part of the season, ACC play. But hope you got regular videos every weekday. And then next thing will be the Jets off season. And if you want to watch that live, Twitch should be on the screen again. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.